NFL games can garner a significant audience, but the Cowboys are the Cowboys for a reason, and that just shows you how far they've fallen. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin, presented by Progressive Insurance. All of our guests this morning on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. And if you're an NFL fan, hang tight. In less than an hour, Aaron Jones of the Green Bay Packers will be here. Aaron and Aaron powering the pack once again. That is at 8:45 a.m.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
Eastern. Marcus Spears, who is Key's old teammate on NFL Live. We don't condone violence on the show, but sometimes it happens.
Why would you throw a piece of paper at me during the broadcast? You see I'm focused on what we're doing next.
What did Marcus Spears say?
So Marcus Spears, who's Key's teammate on NFL Live, said the other day, look, Dak's great. Dak could have been the future. Dak should be the future. The injury happened, and he said this to our Laura Rutledge on the show the other day.
Dak Prescott should want out of Dallas.
Off the top of your head, where would he go? Where would Dak want to go?
It's a team on the West Coast with a coach named Kyle Shanahan and a GM named John Lynch.
Well, 49ers
that would love
action.
to have Dak Prescott running that offense. The San Francisco 49ers.
What do you think about that?
I mean, Marcus has a great point in terms of the fit, the team, and John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have certainly shown the football world that they don't have a problem spending money on a quarterback that is unproven. So imagine a proven quarterback, the money that they would spend on him. The problem is, how you going to get him from Dallas? Where are you getting, how you going to grab him, though, Jay? He can't walk away just in free agency. They're not going to let him walk out of the door. So, you best believe Jerry Jones is not losing Dak Prescott. So I understand where Marcus is going with it. As I said to him yesterday on NFL Live, I get it. It's cool to talk about, but it's not going to happen. I mean, it's not going to happen, but it'd be a good fit. Certainly would be a good fit.
It feels like we were all having drinks with Swagoo, and that's when you kind of start doing all these plausible scenarios like, hey, how about if he were in San Francisco, or how about if he were here? The reality of it is that, look, Dak played at Texas A&M. You see his relationship with Ezekiel Elliott, everybody in that franchise. I say, look, people may be questioning whether the Cowboys are America's team anymore, but you don't question whether Dak Prescott is America's guy. He's America's guy, and he brings that kind of personality and that persona to the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, the one thing that in all of this I want to make sure that we don't get lost is what Marcus was saying is Dak should want to leave, not be around a organization that's, I don't want to call it dysfunctional, because Jerry and Steve and them I don't think are dysfunctional, but they certainly haven't displayed that they are putting the resources behind the talent that they've assembled. Now, the talent has been somewhat depleted, especially the offensive line. That's what he's talking about. That Dak should want to leave, not want to be a part of Mike McCarthy and Mike Nolan's, the coaching staff, and what they've been able to do because they haven't been able to get it right. That's what he's talking about. And I don't think Dak Prescott is going to want to leave. I think it's just, I don't see it. I don't see where you want to leave the Cowboys in the organization. When I'm the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, we had Roger Staubach on a couple of days ago. Yep. We can go Roger Staubach. We can go Troy Aikman. We can go Romo. We can go Danny White. I mean, it's just for many, many years, when you get it right as the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, everything is right for you. I mean, that's just what it is. Yes, they're struggling right now. They lost their guy, and the team just completely fell apart. If anybody needs to go, it needs to be the head coach and his staff. Just hit the reset button. I'm a billionaire. I got billions of, $20 million is nothing to Jerry Jones or whatever you may owe him. And then and if he gets rehired, it's going to be an offset with the team that rehires him. So part ways, go get a dude that can get it done that the players want to play for. Just go do it. It's not that difficult.
I'm going to use your own logic against you here in this one. Mm-hmm. You have said to me multiple times that state of a mission, a guy like Jerry Jones or these executives, don't do that, because then you're admitting fault. That's right out of the gate. After it's like I go back to even the Clippers. Yeah. I don't agree with what Steve Ballmer, a lot of parts there that we can get into. But I don't agree with Steve Ballmer letting go of Doc Rivers because it happens during COVID. Like, it seems like you should have given another year for a guy like Doc Rivers. And it almost was the same way for Mike McCarthy. Granted, there's a lot of things that are happening that are wrong, but look at what you're dealing with this year. With all the uncertainty, everything that's kind of panned out, you got to give him another year to see if it continues to be this way, and then you fire him. You just don't do it this year.
You do understand, Jason Williams, that there's 31 other teams dealing with the same situation. I could point to them if you want me to start to point to some of those teams. Whether it's the New England Patriots, same situation. They got COVID. They still trying to win games and putting quality.
But it's different with COVID. Bill Belichick has been there forever, and he's won 6 Super Bowls. I mean,
okay,
what does that have to do with anything?
I'll leave Bill out of it.
There you go. Give me another example.
There's a state called California, and there's a city called Santa Clara within the state of California, and the San Francisco 49ers reside there. They're now having to move to Arizona to finish the season because
they're talking about letting go of Jimmy Garoppolo.
But I'm saying everybody is dealing with situations. They've had to move their entire organization to Arizona in the middle of the pandemic, and they're still fielding a competitive football team. I could go on and on. So that's no excuse to write the check. Write the damn check, man, and blow that dude out of there so you can get your team rolling in the right damn direction.
How many head coaches have they had at the Dallas Cowboys?
Not very many.
I think it's like 7 or 8.
It's just not very many. I don't know the number off the top of my head.
9, but Landry was there essentially for half the 60 years.
Not going to happen.
So was Garrett. Lay out for Zubin. Be quiet, man. Lay out for Zubin.
You be quiet.
On the way, Cam, 2021 Pat starter. We'll just shake it. We're going to throw this out the window, and we're going to start with the team whose season is already out the window. That would be the Dallas Cowboys. Take It or Shake It is brought to you by Grainger. Fellas, here we go. After this terrible start, Aikman, by the way, just ripped him on the broadcast. I don't know if you saw that on Tuesday night. I mean, he was, Cowboy legend, despondent over what's going on with the team.
I fell asleep during the broadcast. I'm sorry, Cowboys.
Their play probably initiated
that.
That's for sure, but Troy was hot. Here we go. The Cowboys are no longer America's team. Fellas, take it or shake it.
Shake it.
Shake it.
They're still self-proclaimed America's team. There's no question about it. They just are not very good. And I think when you look at where it's at, they've got to fix this thing. Jerry's got to move on from Coach McCarthy. I just feel bad for Coach McCarthy and Jerry them. And Steven really wants it to work, but they've got to wake up at the end and say, I got to move on from this. This is not what we want. They flexed the Cowboys out and put in the Browns and the Giants. They flexed them out of Sunday's game for the Browns and the Giants. When has that ever happened?
Never.
The Cowboys would not be on a Sunday night NBC matchup.
There's no doubt
for the Browns.
Great point.
There's no doubt that they're still America's team because Dak Prescott is America's guy. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm a Giants fan, and I root for Dak Prescott. Do right by Dak Prescott, you will continue to be America's team.
Hate to keep going on this one, but no matter who Dallas is playing, ever since I was a kid, I've always watched them play.
Have to.
It's what it is.
And thanks to Dak, I'm going to go get my Oikos yogurt here in the commercial break. Okay, here we go.
Doesn't sound good.
No, Greek yogurt, thick yogurt. Here we go.
Thick yogurt.
USC deserves to be